Princess Steps, week 4. And the topic tonight is apparel and bras. So that's what we're going to talk about. And first of all, I want to tell you just some very basic things about technical apparel. In this industry, we refer to it as technical moisture management, wicking, non-cotton, and we're talking about pretty much everything from top to bottom, especially what's next to skin. And that's another sort of phrase, next to skin. And part of the reason why is if you can imagine wearing a cotton t-shirt or a cotton sweatshirt, and whether it's one extreme or another, let's say when it starts to get 70, 80 degrees or hotter, and you're wearing cotton, and you start to perspire, you're sweating, which is good, we love sweat, but what's going to happen is that cotton is going to trap the heat inside. The cotton's hanging on to the moisture, which is trapping the heat inside and not allowing it to escape. Okay? And so that's not going to help you regulate your temperature. You're going to be even hotter because it's not escaping. Let's contrast that with when it's cold. It's cold and you either sweat or it's raining. And so that cotton's going to, again, hang on to the moisture, and it's going to retain the temperature of the air, which is cold. So once again, it's not going to help regulate your temperature. You're going to be colder if it's cotton and wet, and hotter if it's cotton and wet. And so the technical fabric of today, sometimes people ask, well, what is it really? Well, it's basically some type of a synthetic blend. Sometimes it's wool, but we don't have wool fabric right now. We have some wool socks. Wool is very moisture phobic. But for the most part, it's a fabric synthetic blend, polyester, some other types of fabric. You can look on the hang tags. And it's engineered very carefully to wick moisture, and especially in certain places. So I'm going to go through some of the fabric in some of the pieces I've selected because they have very special ventilation, even in the bras, which is pretty cool. So the engineers that design the apparel these days really put a lot of thought and effort into it. And that also goes in reference to seams. I'll show you some seams now that are actually bonded, okay? So you don't feel anything there. And sometimes people say, well, how come this costs more than that? It costs more because there's more technology into it. There are more features that are going to keep you more comfortable to eliminate chafing and help keep you cooler, drier and cooler when it's hot, drier and warmer when it's cold. And well, I'll get into the bra part too, but there's so many very special things about bras. And I've been bra fitting now we're in our 24th year of business. So that's how long I've been bra fitting. And I really, really enjoy it because it's a way to help women feel more comfortable in the right bra. So if you feel more comfortable, you're going to be more inspired to get out there. And you've heard me say motivation, inspiration. I still believe every single person here is motivated because you're here. Sometimes, though, we need a little bit of extra inspiration, okay? And a good bra is that. And I talk about it like it's important, like equipment, like you want the right shoe, and we may give you 2 or 3 or 4 options trying on shoes and moving in them. We're going to try to do that same thing with bras. We're going to give you 2 or 3 options and have you move because that's what you're going to use it for high impact. Walking and running is relatively high impact, okay? So we're not afraid to talk about it. And the thing is oftentimes people come in here for shoes, and so bra fitting is not on their radar. So yes, believe it, we are going to talk about it. When you come in, don't be surprised that we ask you how you doing with your bras, because it's not on your radar. And if you look at that sign up there, no bra should celebrate a birthday. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit because I truly am excited and compassionate about it. And I was trying to think, am I going to do the apparel first or the bras first? So I am going to shift back to the apparel just to show you some differences, and then we'll hit on the different bras and the features of those. So here's kind of what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see it in there, but you kind of can, yeah. See that perforation in there? Okay, see that perforation? We sweat a lot right there in the small of our back. Okay, so this has a lot of technology into it right off the bat. Now, both of these are a size large, and they're similar in size, but I'm going to show you some differences in these pieces here in just a second. But now, look at this piece. I'm not sure if you can see it in here, but this right here, see that? That's called bonded. You don't see the seam there. It's actually bonded, okay? And I'm going to pass this around. In addition, there's a lot of, again, that perforation. You can kind of see the perforation right there. There you go, okay? I'm going to pass these two around, and you can see what's bonded and see what's perforated and feel the fabric. It's pretty awesome. Now I'm going to take these two. These two are both, they're both size medium, and actually these two here. Okay, so check this out. Look at the difference in the length of these, and also the difference. I'm going to hang it like this, and you can see how one is quite a bit more generous. So in apparel, there's 3 fits. There's fitted, which is going to be more next to your skin. Then there's semi-fitted, and then there's relaxed. Some people, regardless of their size, some people like to have it more fitted and next to their skin. Some people like it more relaxed, so it kind of hangs down a little bit more. And so I just want to show you the difference. These are both medium, but look at the humongous difference in these. One of them is what we almost call cropped now. Now, cropped is extremely trendy right now. Some people really like it cropped and up to here, but not everybody. Some people like it a little bit lower. And so you kind of want to know what your style preferences are. And when you come in, let us know what your style preferences are, and we'll find something in that if we have it. And we try to have an assortment. Okay, so you can see pretty clearly. Now this one, let's see. This one right here, this one's still longer than that one. See the difference here? You can kind of see. Hold it. There we go. See how one's longer than the other? Some people like it to kind of cover their buns a little bit. Some people like it shorter. It's not right, wrong, black, white. It's style preferences. That's why we have options for shoes. That's why we have options in apparel, socks, that kind of thing. And notice too how some of them have different kinds of seams than that. See that bonded? Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, so here's another one. These two are both smalls from the same brand. And look at the difference. This one's cropped. This one is not. See the difference? But also, look at how beautiful that is. Look at how you can kind of see the pattern in there. And also back here for some ventilation. This one's super lightweight. I'm kind of highlighting the tops that are appropriate for going into springtime. But I kid you not, there are obviously still some chilly days. And so we've got lots of awesome long sleeves, jackets. We just got some new pretty jackets in from Kraft. We've got New Balance. There's lots of texture differences too. I know that sometimes when we get a little older and our skin gets a little more sensitive, we like it soft. I call it baby butt soft. Okay? And there are some fabrics there that are just super, super soft on the hand. So we encourage you. Touch it, feel it, try it on, see what's going to match what your style preference is, what your skin sensitivity preferences are, and that kind of thing. Okay, so now we're going to move on to a couple more pieces here. All right. Again, these two pieces are the same brand, same size, and look at how one is a lot smaller than the other, or longer than the other. Okay, you can kind of see it there. All right, and also, this one here, people love this style and this color, and it's just pretty, but if you like it a little more relaxed, this is not your piece, unless you size up. And I had a customer today that really liked this piece, and all she had to do was size up, and then it worked great. Okay, so if you like a certain style but it doesn't fit the way you want, then it's okay to size up, and then it'll be just fine. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference in these two. Again, same size, and I'm going to hold it sideways like this, so you can see there. One is going to be a more generous fit than the other. This one here is super, super lightweight, just light as a feather. This one is not as light, but it's got that softness, that baby butt soft. Okay? So different styles for different preferences. This is another favorite right here. You can see this one, how it's shorter in the front and longer in the back. Very flowy, a more relaxed fit. This one also is going to be a little more, I would call this one a semi-fit. But look at the difference. Let me show you the difference. These two here are the same size, albeit different brands. They're the same size, but look at the difference in how they're cut. Okay, lengthwise, see the difference in the length, and see the difference in the width. You can't see it as much on the screen, but you can definitely see the difference in the cut here. Okay, and this one has flat lock seams. This one again has some of those bonded seams. This piece right here has ventilation clear in the back, and it's got the bonded seams, and it's got little what we call pops or hits of reflectivity. I'm going to pass this one around too. Here, I'll take this. And you can go back the opposite direction. So when you look at apparel, sometimes people say, why is this so much more? I can go to fill in the blank place and get a technical piece of apparel. But you look at the features of that apparel. And so when we buy, we're looking at features that set us apart from other places. Features that, and we also look at different price points, but we're looking at something that you can't necessarily just go down the street and get. There's purpose in it, and once you get into some of that apparel and experience the difference, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. You kind of gravitate toward your favorite pieces. I'm going to shift a little bit here to capris. I think one of the most common pieces that you'll see out in the park, you look around, you're going to see black capris, black capris, black capris. That's going to be pretty common all year long practically, unless it's super, super cold. So here's one from New Balance, and I want to point out this part right here, the side pockets. It's pretty common now when I buy, if that capri does not have side pockets, I'm kind of going to look past it, because who doesn't want a side pocket these days? Okay, to put their phone in, to put something in. And so we're really paying attention to that, to those side pockets. Oftentimes that will increase the price some. Okay, some of the capris are called capris, some of them are called cropped, some of them are called 7/8. There's all different terminology and length. Some of them are just below the knee, some of them are kind of mid-calf, some of them are even a little bit lower. So But there's one brand. Here's another brand that has the pocket on both sides and little pops of reflectivity. This one here has a little bit of ventilation on the bottom. So those are tight fit capris, and this one here is a loose fit capri. Okay, so for somebody that doesn't like that tight fit and wants something a little more relaxed, we have that loose fit capri. Okay. As I mentioned, we've got the jackets and the hats, but try it on, see, and sometimes you might be surprised. You might like certain feature about that, but you don't think you're going to like the fit. Don't be afraid to try it on anyway. You might be surprised at how it accentuates the good things about you. Okay? So I'm going to, any questions about, let's see. Any questions about the apparel so far?
I have a question. When would you wear something like this versus just putting another layer on?
That's a good question. The question is,
a pretty color?
it's beautiful, it's coral.
I love that.
The question is, when would you wear something like this as opposed to just putting another layer on? Okay. First of all, this is a super lightweight piece, and it's soft. It's not loud like a lot of jackets, are sometimes loud. If the rain was coming down mildly or moderately, it's rainy, and the wind is picking up, and it's a little on the chilly side. When I say a little on the chilly side, to me, it's different now than it was 20 years ago. It's different if I walk versus I run, because when I walk, I'm not generating as much heat. So I might put a layer on like this. Like what? Anybody knows what the temperature is right now out there?
54 degrees.
54. Is it windy?
No.
Not really. Okay. So the answer to your question is, even though it's 54, the last couple days that wind was up at 13 miles an hour. So the wind chill index was down to 42 degrees. Yes, I'm going to wear a jacket at 42 degrees. But part of it depends on the layer I have underneath. And so thank you, because it comes down to layers. There's thin, there's medium, and there's heavy. So if it's not too rainy, but it's chilly, depending on if I'm walking or I'm running, and depending on the wind, I have options. And that's a great question. Some people might want to just throw this jacket on to whatever they have, put on something over their ears, either a hat or maybe an ear band, and some gloves, because I wear gloves if it's much below 50 degrees, which it has been still a lot. We keep talking about putting our gloves away, but it's not warm enough yet to put the gloves away. So so the answer is options, and some people might want to just put the jacket on over a moderate layer. Some people might have a heavier layer and put on a vest. I'm a huge fan of vests, but again, it depends on, are you walking or are you running? And what's the temperature, and what's the wind, and what's the rain? This also has a hood, and that's a nice feature. Pockets in most of the jackets are pretty cool. So it's having options and not having any excuse to not get out there and get your work in. Okay? Okay. Let's see. So we're moving on to bras next. And I'm going to talk about different styles for different sizes. Now, for me, I'm an AB. So I call this is a classic traditional T-back. Okay? There's not a whole lot of support here for somebody who's C, D, double D, E, F, G. And I say that because we've got those higher sizes. But for somebody who doesn't need as much support, wants something kind of minimal, this is an excellent one. And it definitely works for me. Here's another one. It's called the Handful. Handful is just that. That's about what I have, is a handful. And this is probably one of my most comfortable day bras. It's not one I can run in it, but it's so darn comfortable I wear it all day. But you can see with the spaghetti straps, that's not going to be supportive for brisk walking or running if you're in the D, double D, and beyond category. Okay, it's got removable pads, so you can keep them in or leave them out. This one is the Y back, and you can see by the band is wider and the straps are wider. So this one is going to be more supportive than something with spaghetti straps. Okay, and depending again on your size, this is a great supportive bra for something like yoga, or perhaps walking, running if you're smaller. But if you're larger, then it's not going to be as supportive. Comes in great colors. Okay, so I'm going to move on. This is another one for the AB. It's called the Crossback. It's by Brooks. It's their new Dare line. The Crossback. And see that perforation in there? That's amazing. That perforation is in the front. You can see it there in the front too. There you go. In the front and the back where we sweat, right? And you don't see the adjustability in this one. I always say they have such poor hanger appeal unless you hang them upside down. But with no adjustability in this one, it's going to be great for the AB for running. Even CD's in there, but again, when there's less support, you can still wear it, but maybe if you're, the CD, double D, but more so for a lighter activity like yoga or stretching, something like that. So some people think, oh, that looks really cute. That looks really cute. Yeah, but if you're a double D, E, F, that's not going to work for you. So we're going to guide you. We're going to guide you based on size and activity. And you'll hear us oftentimes, what's your activity? What's your activity? What are you going to use it for? Now moving on to the next one here. This one is the front zip. Zip top. It also has that perforation in the back. For people who have shoulder issues and it's really hard for them to get something over their head, this is a great option because they can zip it in the front. Or somebody that has had some type of surgery or augmentation, and for a while they need support, but they can't move their shoulders or get it over their head very good. This is a great one for that. This is the new one from Brooks, the underwire, and you can see extra support here with all these straps, and you can see double support too inside. I can kind of see it there. Okay. Sometimes people say, well, underwire. Yeah, this is a running bra, and it's got underwire. So if you're one of those people that likes the underwire for support, this is potentially a great option for you. And you can hook any of these that are scoop back. You can hook them in the front. You don't have to put them on over your head. One of the secrets to great support, regardless of your size, is a secure band. So when we measure, we're going to measure the bust, and we're going to measure the band size, and we're going to pull it pretty secure. Okay? And that's the secret. So, and sometimes people think, well, that feels a little bit tight, but think about it. During the day, when you come on and fit, if you're wearing a day bra and you try on a bra that is intended for walking and running, you want that support. That secure band is what's going to support the breast tissue. And so oftentimes people think it's too tight, but it's like, wait a minute, you came in wearing your day bra, which is not secure because you're not doing any high impact activity. So don't be surprised when we measure you that you're going to be smaller in the band size than what you think, and then we're going to go up in cup size. So there's this thing called sister size, and after 24 years of doing bra fitting and shoe fitting, I've gotten a little bit, it's not weird, it's just what I do, but I can pretty much look at somebody, as long as they don't have a big fluffy coat on, and I can pretty much guess what size they are pretty good. And oftentimes, let's say somebody thinks they're 36, or let's say they think they're, I'll pick something, 38C. That's not too uncommon, a 38C. And I'll look at them, I'm thinking, no, I think you're 38D, double D. And so we'll do the measurement, and sure enough, it's dead on, textbook. They're smaller in the band size and then bigger in the cup size to get the coverage that's appropriate. And that smaller in the band size, that secureness, is what's going to support the breast tissue. And there's, we even, when we get in there, it's like, okay, you're gonna get the bra on, and then you're either gonna lean over and shimmy, or you're gonna hold the band, reach in and grab the girls up and in, because you want them centered within the cups. Okay? And then you're gonna move around and see the support, feel the support, and compare it and contrast it with a different style, just like we do with shoes. There are some similarities. Difference being, with shoes, you do want a little more space at the end of your toe. With bras, you might actually go smaller here. Okay? Bigger in the cup, smaller in the band. This is a new favorite. This is called the scoop back. And again, you can see the perforation in the front where we sweat, and you can see perforation in the back. This is called the scoop backs. Got the scoop back. So, and it does have separation and encapsulation, just like some of those other ones. So there's compression, which supports by compressing the breast against the rib cage, and then there's separation and encapsulation, which supports by separation and encapsulation. This one is the separation and encapsulation. It's got reinforced straps right here. Okay, you can see that right there, reinforced straps. Contrasted with this one, which is the racer back. Yeah, the racer back. So this one here, the straps are a little more flexible. The racer back's got conventional adjustability in the hook and eye and the straps here. Some people really like this racer back if they're wearing a tank top. So if you think about the racer back and the tank tops that are cut in like this, that's going to be awesome. If you want a little more support with those reinforced straps, or you don't want to put it on over your head, then the scoop back is going to be more appropriate. If you're not sure, you can try them both and see which one you like the best. Okay? Then there's also a brand we have called Anita. And I always say, she doesn't have very good hanger appeal. She looks kind of flimsy, but she is extreme control. In fact, she's called extreme control. And the way that the panels are on the side, it's very, very flattering when you get this one on and get it fitted right. And we actually have these up to size 8H cup. Okay, I've even special ordered I cup before, and we have them up to 44 and 46 band size. So if you think we don't have your size because you're, plus size, we may have you covered more than you think. Okay, so I've already gone overboard. Any questions about the bras?
I have one. Other than it being personally annoying, the band, is it a problem if the band always flips up?
Yeah, if the band flips up, the question is it a problem? Yeah, of course it would probably be annoying if that band flips up. So there could probably be a better fit for you. That band has to be secure, and if it's flipping up, it's probably time to try a different style. Now, if something worked for you a long time ago, or 2 years ago, and then something happened during last year with COVID, and you're a different size now than you were before, read between the lines. Okay? That happens. So at this, I'm going to say goodbye to all you out there, and I'm going to have a little powwow with the Jaguars and the Tigers in here. We'll see you out there in the park, and it is okay to go across the bridges today. Please be careful, because when it's nice like this, there's more people in the park. So, see ya. Thank you.